What's up, Reapers? Welcome back to the crypt. It is around 7 in the morning. I have been drinking Mountain Dew, which I don't know where I put it. I think it's over there. Some more stuff I've been jamming. I actually listened to one of my favorite death metal albums last night for the first time in about a month, which is fine because it was probably like my millionth time listening to it. These are just some albums I've been jamming. A lot of these I got for Christmas or after Christmas. Um, or some of these I should say. Um, but yeah, I've been on a pretty big, brutal death metal sort of kick lately, which is really weird. Because around this time I listened to bands like Agalog, Dark Throne, um, Dark Space, um, which I don't own any Dark Space. I want to change that. First up, not necessarily my favorite album of theirs, but Cannibal Corpse with Chaos Horrific. I'm trying so hard to be careful about the signatures, although they've been rubbing up against other CDs and staying pretty well, but I don't know what happened to all my sleeves for things like this. So I'm trying to be careful about it. Good album, just not my favorite. I mean, I have the hoodie right here. I haven't worn it in a while, which is odd. I've actually worn my aborted hoodie more, which I'm wearing it right now. So next up, this is one of my favorite fucking bands of the more like slam core, if you want to really call them that. Yeah, I don't know what you'd really consider them. I know a lot of people just consider them like really just like slammy brutal deathcore. I come slam brutal deathcore. I also just refer to them as brutal deathcore because that's kind of what they are, but they do have slammy sort of moments. This was more straightforward death metal. Signs of the Swarm, Amongst the Low and Empty. Only Signs of the Swarm album I own, unfortunately. I do like it a lot, though. I mean, Amongst the Low and Empty, Tower of Torsos, Pray for Death, Dream Killer, Faces Without Names. Next up, a more classic band in deathcore, Carnifex with Necromantium. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I have a favorite track off this yet, but I mean, it's so good. I like how Halloweeny it is. Yeah, I mean, this is fan-fucking-tastic. Next up, I mean, I'm literally wearing my fucking shirt. I have a poster when I first saw them. Aborted, Dementophobia, or, wow. I said Dementophobia, I meant Mania Cult. I have a little action figure guy right there. But Mania Cult. Dementophobia is one of my favorite songs on here. I'm I've been going back to this. I really hope they release a new album this year. I know Hideous Divinity is releasing something. I actually posted the Legrand Masquerade EP, and the guy who manages the bass player of Aborted's other band, Hideous Divinity. He actually was like, oh, I love them. I actually managed the bass player's other band, Hideous Divinity. I'm like, oh, I'll check them out. I actually really like them. So that's another band I gotta add to the list of bands to add to the collection. I probably would have done that anyway because I'm just a huge music fan and I just want as much as humanly fucking possible. Um, it was super cool to talk to him. I definitely have to listen to them more. But I want to finish. Probably want to finish Aborted and Cannibal Corpse's discographies first. Those are like the two big ones that I'm currently looking at. Next up, another band I kind of want to finish their discography of because I have a good portion of it already. This is Dying Fetus, Killing on Adrenaline. I like this for the more brutal death metal stuff. It's not my favorite album overall. It is one of my favorites, but my favorite will always be Descent into Depravity. But I mean, for the song Fornication Terrorist is one of my favorite fucking Dying Fetus songs ever. Next up, this is really weird because this is not a go-to album for me from this band. So, but I guess, I think it's Julian Gonzalez, something like that. I know it starts with Gon. Looks like Gonzalez. I've been watching him a lot, and he puts me in that brutal death metal mood. Which is part of the reason I actually started listening to a bunch of Aborted again, along with some of these other albums. But he owns this album on CD and kind of remind me of it. It's Nile with Black Seeds of Vengeance. Defiling the Gates of Istar, Masturbating the War God was a funny name for a track. And I remember he actually said that, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that song. I feel like this has good songs. It's just not like my go-to album. Next up is thrash metal album. This is the album that got me into the underground, the band that got me into the underground. This is Kreator, Gods of Violence. I can't even name you my favorite track on here because it's all amazing. Next up is probably my favorite album from this band. I'm excited for their new album. I'm gonna see them in February. Ghoul, Dungeon Bastards. I love Ghoul so fucking much. You have to listen to this from beginning to end. Next up, everyone seems to like this album. I'm slowly getting into this band more and more. This is Insomnium with Shadows of the Dying Sun. Really good album. It's just I'm not huge into melodic death metal like that. I prefer it to be somewhere more like Arch Enemy, and even then, I mean, if I'm gonna listen to Melodeath, it's probably gonna be Arch Enemy or Amon Amarth or something like that. I'm just not huge on Melodeath. Next up is Black Anvil, Triumvirate, something like that. Really good album. It's probably this is my favorite, to be quite honest. It's kind of the one I go back to the most when I'm in that Black Anvil mood. Not a bad song on it. And finally, saw these guys opening for Suffocation, an Atheist, in 2021, I want to say. No, 2022. This is Surruption with Yord. The song, The Forever Born, and Each Death More Hollow. So good. I actually have a hoodie with the art on the back end. I remember someone at my old job was like, "Oh, well, what does it say? It says Surruption." Just a Swedish band. And they were like, "Oh." I'm like, "Yeah." So, I mean, it's old school Swedish technical death metal, and it is really good shit. But thank you all for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Hopefully, I get whatever mail I have not gotten yet soon. I'm hoping to hear back about some stuff because I've been waiting and waiting. Something was supposed to show up last week, it didn't, and quite honestly, I'm getting a bit annoyed with Transcending Obscurity. Mostly because these were all ordered in fucking November, and it is now January of the new year. But thank you all for watching. Thank you for subscribing. As always, keep it grim.